Hey, welcome back to our channel. I'm Louise, and as you guys know, I think, I'm from France. And I know that France is such a popular destination, especially for Japanese people. And I mean, there's a lot of very good things about France. But as you saw in the title, I personally don't want to move back there. Everything I'm gonna say, it's my personal opinion, because I know that when you visit a country as a tourist, compared to when you're born and raised there, you see totally different perspective. So I'm gonna talk a bit about how I feel about that, and why, as of right now, I don't see myself moving back there in the near future. Point number 1. I don't feel super safe in France. Maybe that's something that you guys have heard about, there's a lot of theft, but for me it's more about the feeling I have. In Japan, I'm very used to just not thinking much about it. I'm just walking alone, doing my stuff, I don't care about people around me, and it's fine. In France, I feel kind of self-conscious, and when I see people on the side of the road, I tend to kind of be alert and be like, are they gonna talk to me? Are they gonna do something weird? Do I need to prepare to fight? I'm lucky enough that nothing like that had happened to me before, but I feel this pressure that I need to be on guard when I'm in France. Point number 2. I just miss Japanese food when I'm in France. It's funny because I've been in Japan for 6 years and I don't miss French food. I cook it at home sometimes, and I miss a good baguette, but you have bread in Japan, it's fine. But I came back to France 1 year ago and I stayed there for 1 month. Oh my god, I wanted to eat Japanese food so bad, and super random stuff. I was really craving a tuna mayo onigiri or nikujaga. I just really wanted to eat some nice Japanese food. Third point. France is kind of dirty. I know what you guys are gonna say. Have you seen Shibuya? Shibuya is just everywhere in France on a good day. So that's why I'm saying it's dirty. And when you visit France, actually, the area around the Louvre or maybe Champs-Élysées, it's relatively clean because we know that tourists go there and we want them to have a good experience, right? So usually people put more care there. But if you just live in France, go into some random streets, it's pretty dirty. Especially if you want to go to a public restroom, just don't. It's a very bad experience. I don't recommend it to anyone. I think just in general, people don't respect things as much as people do in Japan. It's just very nice in Japan. If I need to go to the restroom, I can just go anywhere without thinking too much about it. So, yeah. Fourth point. I just don't feel like I have as much fun in France. I love karaoke. I love going to izakaya with friends. I love being able to go to a round one and do a bunch of activities. It's just fun. You have so many things that are accessible and you can do any days, basically. In France, I clearly remember when I was a teenager, it was okay, so are we going to the movie theater? Are we going bowling? Or are we going to the ice rink? That's all we had as an option, which is why we tend to hang out at each other's house, compared to in Japan where we go out more often. I just really like having all of those options when I want to hang out with friends. Point number 5. I'm not saying French people are mean. I think I'm pretty nice. But in the service industry, nothing can top Japan. After living there for 6 years, I kind of got used to that. I got used to people being extra nice, being careful not to hurt my feeling, even in rejection, trying to accommodate to everything I need. If there's an issue, I tell them and they fix it right away. I feel very cared about in Japan, in the service industry especially. In France, there's more of a laid-back kind of attitude when you work in service. Of course, you need to be nice, but it's not as strong as in Japan. If I ask a question, they're just gonna answer my question, not especially in a super nice way. It's oh, where is that? Over there. Thanks. I'm pretty sure though, if I moved back to France, I could get used to it again. But I just really like, how nice everyone is in Japan. And then my last point is actually that just my life is in Japan now. And I think some of you might relate if you've lived in a foreign country for more than 5 years. It's my job is here, My friends are there. You know, my apartment is there. If I go back to France, I have nothing except just my family maybe. And of course I have some French friends, but actually my closest one also moved to Japan and now we're here together. So it's like, I don't see a strong reason why I would like to go back to France, except, you know, spend time with families and stuff like that. It just feels like my home is Japan now. It's kind of confusing because I say I'm going back to France, but I also say I'm going back to Japan. There's no going somewhere. It's like both are kind of feeling like my home at the moment, and Japan a bit more than France sometimes. So, you know, why would I leave? So that was my take on things and the reason why I'm not planning to move back to France anytime soon. I'm very curious though, after hearing what I had to say, would you guys ever consider moving to France? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! Because I've been in Japan for 6 years and I don't miss French food. I cook it. I cook it at. Oh my god!
I cook it up.
Cook it up. I cook it at home sometimes, and I mean I miss a good baguette, but you know you have bread in Japan.